Good evening, everyone. This is Srikant, Rajan. Welcome to the market podcast from MPIinvest.com, the only platform where you get guided assistance to invest in stock market, bonds, mutual funds, fixed deposits, and all kinds of insurance. If you're not a part of this amazing community yet, visit our website MPIinvest.com and do join the free investment community. Coming to the stock market today, the Nifty was on a roll. In fact, this is the last week of July and the market is really volatile today. In fact, if you see, the market opened with a gap down and then went on to a small rise, and then it was continuous fall till noon. But from the noon, we could see a small power coming and we could see the market kind of trying to go back to higher levels. But again, it faced stiff resistance close to 16,700 and from there it fell back. So in fact, Nifty has closed lower at 16,564. But something really interesting that I have to share is today both FIAs and DIAs have turned net sellers. Yes, so we always have been discussing this. In fact, in the meeting also we discussed there are people who are looking to book profits since the market is at this high level, and that's exactly what happened today. The DIAs have sold for 72 crores, not a big number. But then there's a huge trading transaction that happened by the FIIs. In fact, they bought for 13,600 crores, sold for 14,000 crores. So net, they've sold for 844 crores. That's a huge transaction that they've done in the day. But yes, they have been net sellers to the tune of 844 crores. So today is one day where both of them have turned net sellers, and that's exactly what we could see in the market today. But one thing that we could see was the commodity prices kind of raising higher has actually seen Tata Steel, Coal India, Hindalco on the top gainers list today. Tata Steel was up by 3% and Coal India was up by 1.73%, Hindalco was up by 1.53%. But there was major profit booking seen in Mahindra. So we just booked a profit in Mahindra 2 days back. This is exactly why we booked profit on Friday. So Mahindra was at all-time high, and from there we've seen a major profit booking happening, and Mahindra is down by 3.99%. That's huge, isn't it? And if that was not enough, after the results that came in from Reliance, I told you the mixed reviews from market. Some said it was okay, some said it was good. In fact, Mr. Mukesh Ambani himself came out and said they had one of the best quarters. And in spite of all that, the market has taken it as a negative for temporary, I would say, and Reliance was down 3.42%. And with that, we could see the entire market also going down. So that's exactly what happened. So on the top losers today, we have Mahindra and Reliance along with Eicher Motors and ONGC. So this is something kind of we expected, and that's exactly why we booked some amazing profits in Mahindra. In fact, I was holding Mahindra for a very long time, and I just booked about 50% profit in that. I'm sure many few members who were holding with me have booked almost 50% profits in Mahindra with that. So I'm glad all of us had some good profit booking, and yes, the market is kind of testing lower side again. So of course the market is something which at a position right now where there's no certain direction. 16,600 is a good support, but 16,800 is a major resistance. So it kind of played within this area. In fact, at one point of time, it had briefly broken 16,600, but then from there it was a rally upwards, and market did kind of recover from there. So finally, after recovering, also it could not sustain, and market closed at 16,631. So we could see the high today was 16,706. That is, it just tried to go over 16,700 but could not sustain. And the low for the day was 16,564, which was slightly below 16,600. But then market closed above 16,600, still at 16,631. So that's something really good, I would say. So apart from that, if you look at the US market, the US market is kind of trading mixed right now. So we could see Nasdaq already down in the US market. So Nasdaq is down by 0.67%. S&P 500 is kind of flat, and Dow Jones is in the positive side plus 0.19%. So if you look at Nasdaq, the Nasdaq actually opened with a small gap up and went on a rally, but then could not sustain. So what happened is, as soon as the market started kind of rallying, and things were changing, and that's exactly why if you see Nasdaq is kind of in the negative territory right now. Apart from that, if you look at the Dow Jones is kind of flat. S&P 500 is also flat. So I would say we just have to wait for the US markets to close. But however, since the major news is awaited from the Federal Reserve, the US markets will trade cautiously, and that cautiousness can be seen across the globe as well. So for now, I would say okay. Meanwhile, I also must telling you that Tech Mahindra came out with the result. The results were not good. It was not in line with the expectations of the market. So that's something not looking great. So probably we could see some further fall in Tech Mahindra. In fact, today also it did fall. So we might see some further fall in Tech Mahindra. So revenue has actually grown, but of course the expense is something that has been for every IT sector a challenge, and because of which then the profits have reduced. So that's something not looking good for now. Though the company is really strong fundamentally, this is just a temporary headwind is what I would say. So once we see a good fall, I would be adding some more into this, and based on the market situation, slowly we should see some recovery soon. So that's it for now. The SGX Nifty is already trading slightly lower after the close, so it is slightly lower than 16,600 right now. However, let's see how the US markets close, and based on that we will decide how to go forward tomorrow. So we'll discuss all of it in tomorrow morning's podcast. So with that, this is Srikant Rajan signing off. But before we leave, do press the like button and share this with your friends to help them learn and invest together with us. Goodbye, good night. Let's see tomorrow morning.